YouTube, what's good with y'all? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute since I did one of these once again, but stuff happens. I got a little inconsistent, and I kind of lost like my love for the music for a little bit. So I just had to find my way back to it. But slowly but surely, I'm doing that. But anyway, this video we're gonna be breaking down a sample that I made. It's kind of like what I picture as a alternative sample, and I can hear like Brent Faiyaz on it. So that's why I named it what I named it. Yeah, let's get right into the video. When I first started making this sample, I was really going for an emotional type of R&B vibe, but I ended up making like a dark alternative kind of vibe, but it still turned out good in my opinion. So the first thing I started with is I went to a decent sampler, and I got this preset in here. It's called the Oblique Texture Box. It's from this sample maker, London Rain. And yeah, I just played with the effects and stuff like that. I don't know why it's not loading, but I just messed with the effects and stuff like that till I got kind of suppressed kind of sound. And then I just took out the lows in it. And then this is what that first layer sounds like. So after that first layer, I feel like I needed to add some more stuff to take up some more space in the sample. So I just combined a few pads and just made some chords with them. This is the first layer with the pads. And then the second layer, just have two more pads added, some notes just following the chord progression. And then I ended off the first one with some chords. And then the second one, this is the MIDI that I originally had that I was gonna use to make the sample when I first started, but I ended up changing it to the first layer. The only difference between this pad and this pad is I just took out the bass notes for this pad. And then this is what it sounds like. So after I added those two pads, just went into Ample Guitar Bass Lite. This is a electric guitar bass VST. Basically what I just did was I just played these little strummed kind of accent notes that somewhat follow the chord progression. And I just used those notes just to add some rhythm and some more texture to the sound. This is what those sound like. After I made that pattern, I just bounced it out into two separate patterns. I double tracked it. I don't know if y'all familiar with that technique. It's basically where you just take a sound and duplicate it and then pan one to the one side, pan one to the other side. So that's what I did. So this first one is the one that y'all just heard. And then this second one, the only difference I did to it was I just pitched it up an octave. And also you can see I put Stretch Pro on. I've been doing this a lot. Stretch Pro, it acts like a filter and kind of like performance shifter. So for vocals, when you're trying to pitch down a vocal without distorting it too much, or pitch it up and speed it up in a sense. So that's kind of what performance shifter does. And that's what Stretch Pro did. So the first one, I just pitched it down 500 cents using Stretch Pro. And then the second one, I pitched it down 700 cents. This is what the second one sounds like. I also forgot to mention, with this sample, I feel like what really made it the best sample possible was the effects for this sample. So with those two guitar layers that I made, the effects I put on it, I made this effects chain. I got a compressor on it, Valhalla Supermassive, just turned down the mix, and then another Valhalla Supermassive. So these act like delays in it. Well, one of them is a reverb, and then the second one is acting like a delay. But it's a delay where it's playing catch up. So like the sound will play, and then the delay, it comes like shortly after it, so it's trying to catch up in that sense. I don't know if that makes sense. And then I have another compressor, EQ, just taking out a lot of those lows, and then I take out some more of the highs. After the guitar layers, I just felt like I needed to add some more stuff to the sample just to give it some more definition to it. So just chopped up some perk loops from a one-shot kit by Licevies. I still don't know how to pronounce it, but this one right here, the Eugen, I think that's how you say it, one-shot kit. And then this is what it sounds like. with the textures, I forgot this one right here is from Max Shooter's Creator Crate kit, and with this one, it originally sounded like this, and then I just reversed it. After I reversed it, I pitched it up 2 semitones, and then I bounced it out. After I bounced it out, I just made it louder, pitched it up a whole octave, and then pitched it down a whole octave with Stretch Pro. And then this is what it sounds like. So a really watery texture right there. And after that texture, I added this phrase right here from the same Licevies kit. That wraps up the first section. I'm just go ahead and play that for y'all and then get to breaking down the next sections. For the second section, I didn't really do too much to it. All I did was just take out a lot of sounds, and then I kept in the first layer that I had. I kept in one of the pad layers, and then I added a layer of a piano from Labs, and then Decent Sampler again. It's a harp preset, the auditory deep harp. And then I also kept in the bass and one of the textures from the first section. And then for the last section, I took out that first layer. I brought all of the pads back, brought one of the guitar layers back, brought the perk loops back, and then the only thing I added that was new was these vocals that I chopped up. The vocals, I got it from another one of Max kits, the Centra Crate melodical vocal runs. So this is what it sounds like originally before any chopping up. Here's what it sounds like when I manipulated it. So I reversed it, I pitched it down 700 cents, and then the first one isn't reversed and the second one is. For the effects for that, I added Valhalla Supermassive, so reverb. I added Vary Speed. This is a delay plugin. Originally when I first got it, I thought it was Vary Speed, like it speeds up the vocals faster, like in Logic. I don't know if y'all familiar with that, but I thought that's what this plugin did when I first got it. And then the last thing I added was Pancake. This is the default preset. All I did was just drop down one of the peaks on each side, just so it's not hard panning to the left and the right. And then I turned the mix down to 65%. Alright y'all, that's gonna be it for the breakdown of the sample. I appreciate y'all watching. Final sample, all I did was pitch it up 400 cents. Gonna get into a live cook-up that I did with the sample.